everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Look what came in the mail today. It actually came a little earlier this month than normal, so I'm really excited about that. But this is the bargain bead box for October of 2023. So let me cut into this and let's see what's in here. All right. Oh, the theme is falling leaves. Ooh, nice bright orange bag. Ooh, that's pretty. I really like orange. It says October is the peak of fall as greens change to orange and red. Carved green aventurine leaves represent the start of the season, with pressed glass, carnelian, and crystal to mark the various colors of orange, yellow, and red as the leaves change. A high-quality set of brass and pewter findings in rose gold completes this autumnal palette. Now, it's kind of interesting. I grew up in Florida, so I never grew up with the seasons. When I graduated from high school and headed out to the university, which was I went to college for 2 years in Idaho and then transferred down to the university in Utah, and I actually experienced a change of seasons. And, you know, living in Louisiana, we don't really have much of the change of seasons either. We still have green trees in our yard. Pretty soon it'll all be brown, and then it'll be gone. So we don't really get a whole lot of change. But I'll have to say, what little bit of leaf changing I have experienced is actually really gorgeous. All right, let me get this organized and then we'll dig in. Well, since they have the what each one is in this bag, I'm just going to grab the bag and open it up. I really like that they're doing this. I know sometimes they'll actually put the price of each one if you wanted to go buy it, but they haven't this month. But you do get a list of everything that's in here. This month, the shipment is worth $74.84, and I think I've been grandfathered in, and I'll get into that a little bit later on in the video. So I've been paying like $15.95 since I started getting it, which was 8 years ago. But I believe it's $22.95, and it's still, you know, very much worth that amount if you can afford it. I highly recommend that you subscribe. And if you want to, I will leave a coupon code down in the description box below so you can use that. Or you can use it in the sister store that they have. All that information will be down in the description box below. Now afterwards, I am going to create something. So I hope you stay with me after we see what's in here. So the first thing we have here is 10 millimeter carnelian matte round beads. They're dyed and heated. It's a 7.5 inch strand. So you get plenty here. And this is really, really pretty. It's a frosted look, and you don't really see that very often. But that's really, really pretty. So we have some natural beads there. And then these are 20-piece 10 by 8 millimeter glass leaf bead mix. And there are different colors here. You could almost do an ombre look to a jewelry piece. And you get quite a bit of leaves in there. It's 20 pieces. I'm starting to get a lot of leaves. It seems like everybody's been sending leaves lately. And you know, you could even use those as feathers if you wanted to. Oh, we got more leaves. 12 by 10.5 glass leaf beads, green iris. Now this is an 11.5 inch strand. Now, those are really pretty. They're kind of a grayish green color in person. All right, the next thing we have here. Okay, we've got rose gold. I am not a huge fan of rose gold. I like the way it looks, but it seems to tarnish pretty easily. And to me, it's just no matter where you get it. These are daisy spacers, 5 millimeter. They're lead-free, cadmium-free. There's 10 grams, so it's quite a few. If you wanted to, you could paint these. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you don't find a lot of findings like ear wires and head pins, but what you can do is just use the shiny copper. That works. Or something else you can do is just mix your metals. Silver goes really well with rose gold, so that could be an option. I like to mix my metals. I do that quite often. All right, let's see what we have next. 3 sets of 20 by 28 millimeter toggle clasps. Again, they're lead-free and cadmium-free. So these are nice to have. I didn't used to be a fan of toggle clasps until I started getting bargain bead box, and I actually really like them now, and they're very secure. And some of these, I've always wanted to do this. You can actually use this as the focal instead of putting it in the back. Put it in the front and then hang something on it, and you have a focal. It looks good. All right, these next things here. It's a 2-piece 28 by 15 millimeter green aventurine carve, leaf, pendant, and bales. So you have your bales if you want them. Interesting thing, we have silver here, and then we have rose gold. So they're already mixing the metals. One other thing too, I have noticed that a lot of you mentioned that these were coming out, that they were loose. Mine seem to be in there pretty well. But if they're really loose or they come out, I would just take some E6000 glue and use that to fix them. All right, let's see what else we have. This is a 7 millimeter electroplated hematite. Interesting. Synthetic, so it's not real hematite. Nugget beads, rose gold, 7.5 inches. I don't understand why they call it hematite when it's synthetic. For those of you who don't know what hematite is, it's a black natural bead, and it almost feels metallic, kind of. But these are not real hematite. They're just, I don't know what they're made out of. Synthetic hematite. So I really don't know what they're made out of, but they are electroplated with that rose gold. This next thing is some chain. It's a meter of 5x4 brass jewelry chain. Very fine, which I like, very lightweight, but it's not like really thin. Well, it's thin, but it's not like skinny. So it does have some presence to it. I like the color of that too. It's pretty. There's some really pretty beads coming up here. So far I've been with this shipment, but sometimes some of the shipments I get I'm with, and when I start creating, it's like, oh, I actually enjoyed this box. So, as I open it, I can't really judge. I have to judge more when I'm creating. These are cool. Okay, I was trying to figure out where the hole is. The hole's right there. I actually really like these. 18 by 10 millimeter brass leaf charms. We got 10 pieces of them. They're very lightweight. I like the color of these too. You know, these would be pretty to paint. Okay, what else do we have here? Here's some more rose gold. Oh, this is very, 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 very dainty, very thin. But it's really pretty. I like the texture on that. 53 millimeter brass leaf pendant with genuine rose gold painting. Okay. And you get that texture on both sides. You can tell there is two different sides, but you have to be holding it and really looking at it. So when you're wearing it, if it flips, it's really not going to be that noticeable what's front and what's back. That's really pretty though. All right, now we're getting into the beads. We have 4 pieces, and they're about a 14 by 10 millimeter frosted crackle agate barrel bead, and they are dyed. I think we've gotten those before. And this is, here comes another leaf. Leaves are falling all around for sure. This is a green aventurine carved leaf pendant, 30 by 22 millimeter. And the hole goes through that way. So if you were to string it on like a necklace, it would go this way, which is the right way. You don't need to have a veil or anything. And here's some crystals. We get these a lot, which I don't mind. I love bling. A lot of people don't like these bicone beads, but I do. Anything blingy I like. 4 millimeter crystal faceted bicone beads, Magma AB, 13 inches. So it's quite a few of them there. And we're almost done here. There's a total of 16 items. So these are pretty. I think we've gotten these before too. These are really pretty. I love the shine on these. 8-piece, 10 millimeter crystal faceted barrel bead in green iris. Isn't that pretty? You can see the purples and the greens and the blues in there. It's almost peacockish, which we got some peacock stuff not long ago from Barter Bead Box. That was a pretty box. And we've got some aventurine. We've got little aventurine here. These are 6 millimeter aventurine round beads. 15 inches, so quite a few there. And then the last thing, but not least, 8 millimeter aventurine. Oh, these are faceted, so they have a little sparkle to them. Faceted round beads, 7.5 inches. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, and so now that we've got everything unboxed, let's create. All right, when I try to figure out what design I want to do, I want to check this chain out. See if I can separate it out. I don't think I can, so I'm going to need some jump rings if I use this. All right. Because I was kind of thinking to use this chain maybe on a pair of earrings and maybe dangle some of these leaves down kind of uneven. That's kind of what I was thinking. But if I did that, I would need to mix my metals because I don't think I have any rose gold jump rings. We have all these leaves and we have all these leaves. I really like this sparkle. And I really like these. Let me look and see what type of findings I have that are rose gold. And that might help me decide exactly what it is I want to make. All right, so I did find some rose gold jump rings in my stash, so that's going to work really well. I think those are closer to the color. This is a little brighter, so we'll use these. They're kind of big. They came from a bargain bead box. So I also found some head pins. Some are antique copper and some are the shiny copper, so those might work. I wanted to use these. See where the holes are on these. Okay. I really like these, but I think sometimes when I like something a lot, I want to use it, but I wind up hoarding it for a little bit. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen with these. I think these are my favorite in this whole stash here. Okay, so I am going to use this chain. And I have these ear wires. They're kind of an antique copper, but they do have some type of a shine to them. They're going to look fine with these. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make earrings. Pour these out. I'm going to use some of these too. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? Oh, I was going to say I need my tools. Here they are. Let's see. Those are a little bigger, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll look kind of cool. Different sizes and different colors. I wonder if I have enough head pins. I think I do. Oh. So I think I'm going to do 2 of each color. Yep. I want these jump rings. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead. I wonder if these are, yeah, these are soft enough. I think I can go ahead and make a wrapped loop. That way they'll be a little more secure. And we're going to do a messy wrap loop. Kind of reminds me of a vine. Trim that off a little bit and tuck the end in. I'm going to break away here and finish the rest of all these leaves. As I get that tucked in there. All right, so I have them all wired up, and now to put them on the chain. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with putting one of the bigger leaves, which is green, on the bottom. So I'm just going to take one of my jump rings and open it up. Make sure everything's closed really well. You don't want your leaves falling off your chain. And then the next thing I think I want to do is we're going to put the orange leaf on. The next link. All right. Then we want one of the clear ones, the clear white ones, on the next link. Okay, now we're to green again. Now, I think it's easier if you put it on the link first here. There we go. Okay, lay it back down again. We got orange next. Whoops. All right, and then the last one. All right. So now we got to put the ear wire on, and I want the ear wire to be on the chain here, not the jump ring, not the loop for the leaf, but the actual chain. And I mean, if you could go up a little bit, but I'm going to go right at the very bottom. So like the last leaf, that's the chain that I want my ear wire on, which means I'm going to have to clip the one that's above it. Okay. And then you have to open your ear wire. And there we go. Those look really cool. I love them. They're going to have a lot of really fun movement to them. Let me get the other one done, and then I'll show you what they'll look like together. And here I have them all done. You know what would even be funner? I don't know if that's a word. More fun would be to maybe do two of these and put them on an ear wire. Look how if you really want like maybe a cha-cha look, that would be fun. But even just one single one looks really, really nice. In fact, I'll put them on and show you what they look like on. And that's what they look like on. They're very visible. I like them, even with my long hair. I mean, if you had short hair, they'd really be fun to wear. But they're very visible, and I see some shine in there. These are going to be really fun to wear this fall, and I still have the rest of October and all of November that I could wear these. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today as I unbox the October 2023 bargain bead box called Falling Leaves, and also the design on the fly. And I will be designing more jewelry in the near future, so stay tuned for that. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.